During the 60 days of prayer and fasting in 2022, the man of God, Prophet Xavier Kale Alpha, at a prayer session declares by the Spirit.
You remember the kind of flooding that happened in Bali? How many of you remember? I saw something of that sort. I was literally in the middle of it, and I saw waters that covered even roads. They covered even roads. It wasn't good to behold, and it's not far. I could tell the time frame.
And as the man of God stated that it was not far, just 6 months after the prophecy went forth, it has come to pass.
So I thought to myself, for that kind of terror that I beheld, we have to pray. We have to pray. It wasn't anything human soul can stand. One of those experiences where you literally behold death in your face and you can't do anything about it. Why the Lord let me in on it, I know He's saying something. And then some of these things, man really sometimes is to blame, because I could tell how the waters were moving. It looked like the banks of this lake was breaking out, but then the waters wanted, to fall, I think, around a certain swamp. But then, you know what man has done to nature, you see. So the waters were spilling off, and then these waters literally began to rise when people on the road. I saw taxis, you see, people on the roads, they are traveling in these vehicles, and they are screaming and they are shouting. I saw everything. I was literally part of everything. I even saw like traffic police trying to dodge. It literally found them in the middle of doing their work. It was terrible. I woke up and I had to look for a place, speak in tongues as I sought God for the understanding of this. Then He told me, pray for your country. So as you are praying, I ask that we will pray. We will pray for our country.
The heavy flooding has been blamed on extensive agriculture activities and construction in the wetlands.
This is what it looked like this morning when Kampala Masaka Road was cut off by heavy flooding resulting from River Katonga bursting its banks. This swamp separates Kayabwe Town Council from Nkozi Sub-County, about 62 kilometers from Kampala, along Masaka Road in Mpigi District. Early this morning, travelers along the busy highway were all stranded, including heavy cargo trucks. At Katonga Bridge, the flow of the water was so strong, and the safety of the bridge was a major concern. Traffic Police and UNRA have advised motorists to use an alternative route from Mpigi to Kanoni through Sembabule Villa Maria Road before connecting to Masaka Mbarara Road.
Traffic on the Kampala-Masaka highway was paralyzed after flood submerged River Katonga in Mpigi district, covering a section of about 200 meters of the road, following heavy rains that caused it to burst its banks. According to motorists, the water levels began rising on Thursday, 11th May, at about 5 a.m., making it hard for them to cross over. The fast-moving waters also led to the collapse of a section of the bridge due to the weight of the water complicating an already worse situation along the highway. Taxis and many transportation cars were stranded. Traffic police was later deployed and forced to divert traffic from the highway to the Mpigi, Kanoni, Sembabule, Villa Maria, Masaka Road, making the journey longer by 56 kilometers and costing more fuel. The heavy flooding has been blamed on extensive agriculture and construction in the wetlands the road cuts through.
But I can say with a very heavy heart that this should not surprise Ugandans. What has happened in Katonga is really a classical case of reckless invasion of our very fragile ecosystem. Here in Katonga, we have seen of late, and really NEMA must rise to the occasion in this, the licensing of people to mine sand in this Luera swamp and the reckless cultivation of rice on what should be a river.
A day after River Katonga cuts off the Kampala-Masaka highway, the Daily Monitor releases a post on Facebook that says, Villa Maria Kabulasoke Road has also been cut off by flash floods at another section of River Katonga, paralyzing transport between Kalungu and Gomba districts. As stated in the Prophet's diary, he says, "It looked like the banks of this lake was breaking out, but then the waters wanted to flow in a certain swamp, but then you know what man has done to nature." When the man of God instructed us by the Spirit to pray, we did. We thank God for the preservation of the lives of those that were traveling.